Hello everyone, Jurassic Man here, and today I'll be reviewing the Neca Pacific Rim Chernobyl Alpha. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Now this guy was pretty easy to come by. Usually you'll find him you'll find it by $20 or more, but I managed to get this one for $10, just like this. I made sure it wasn't broken, loose, or missing any pieces. It's just like this. I guess somebody had an extra one and just sold it like this for $10. Well, more $12 range, but yeah, I got this cheaper than usual, if you believe that. So, the NECA Pacific Rim figures are one of the few well-known figures that NECA is known to make, along with his Alien/Predator line, and of course his movie tie-in lines. And I guess I count as the black sheep of the family of NECA, the Godzilla figures, which I have right here to compare with. I now have two NECA figures, and there's a lot of things I want to point out before I start reviewing Godzilla. Yeah, when I first watched Pacific Rim not that long ago, this was by far the greatest movie I've ever seen. I was so addicted to it. And then I got back to Jurassic Park. Well, before that I got back to Godzilla, then Jurassic Park, and then a mix of Godzilla and Jurassic Park. But until the God Monsterverse ends, we won't be getting a Pacific Rim 2. But when we do get it, this guy is not coming back. His name is a little hard to remember and complicated for me at the moment, so I'm gonna call him Chernobyl Alpha. So bear with me if I say it wrong, but this is a heads up. So this particular figure is a Jaeger, of course, and of course with the Jaegers they come with many different varieties. There are those that were seen in the movies and those that were only in the background of the movies. This was one of the few that got destroyed very early on in the movie or midway, and I really didn't want it to be destroyed. I mean, it comes out cool. I mean, this thing probably runs on nuclear energy. And it's been a long time since I remember the movie. It's controlled by Russians, which is really cool, and it has this very iconic, sturdy built, like a mech would be. So, articulations, there is a lot. There are ball joints in the arms, on the shoulders. There are wrists. There are wrist joints. This one's loose. That's swivel. There's even hand joints for grasping or something like that. There's a ball joint in the body, but it doesn't work very well. There's even one for the head, but I don't think you'll need to move that. There's ball joints. There's swivels on the legs that bend that far. The legs don't bend here, but they do bend here. And his front legs could go this far back and this far front. They're also in the ball joint too, which means you could give them a nice range of movement. So there is at least a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus another half. I'm not going to count the rest for you guys, you can count it for yourself. And that's as many articulations this guy has. Now, detail wise, we didn't really get much of a good look of the guy, except for the front, when they were being transported, and of course during action, which was taking place at night. So, you couldn't see a good look to it, but NECA is well known for making pretty much movie accurate figures. Well, Hot Toys kind of beats them to that, but nobody else makes Pacific Rim figures. Not that I know of. The only ones I know is just NECA. So, I should probably look up more to see if they actually made tie-in toys for the movie. They probably didn't. It was probably too violent, even though it seems like a very good idea to do. So yeah, this guy can pose in different varieties. I always like to pose it this way. It's like the scene where it comes back up and just smacks his shoulders. However, it can't combine his fist at the same time. The closest it gets is its mini thumb touch right there. It just doesn't let me do that. There's also this position, which I like to show off. It's really cool. It's mainly just like that. Now, like I said about movie accuracy, this guy is really, really detailed. Like, so detailed, I think it's blurring the camera. Has this amazing paint job and this very reflective, I guess, matte finish to it. Like, all the way even down on the backside, which we hardly get to see except when it's charging at the kaijus. And I just like it. It has a very, how can you say, nuclear look to it. Old Soviet Red Army, something like that. I know it's Russia, a little stereotypic, but I mean, come on, man. That was like 20 to 30 years ago when that fell. So it's still kind of relevant. And I just like the head design. It looks so cool. I know the other ones, everyone says cool, but this one is by far the coolest in my opinion. I just really love the design of it. I'm glad I found it cheap, and I'm glad I found it complete too, because this guy is amazing. Now, I know I'm saying guy, even though there's two pilots controlling them. I do remember that, and both of those pilots, I think they're siblings, and one of them is a girl. But she's enough to be a beef woman. You know how Russians are. Okay. Now, one cool thing that they did add in this figure is also a letdown, because there's no wrist movement, is that they give it that super punch that it gets. I think this goes back and this goes like that, and then when it punches on the target, it just slams back in due to the force it has given. And that was cool. And I think these are rockets. I really gotta watch them. I should have watched at least a clip of the movie before reviewing this to understand the mechanics of that, but I don't want to, because I don't want to see this one die. It just gets crushed by that big brute of a kaiju that I'm so glad that it literally exploded from the inside out at the end of its battle. So yeah, that's this part of the review. And now let's get to the comparisons. Let me just put in that position I was saying earlier. There we go. And let's compare it with, first off, of course, the Neca Godzilla, which honestly, when I first saw the Pacific Rim guy here, Cherno, I thought it was a bit smaller. But after looking at this is impressive. If I had to say, the Godzilla is still pretty much my favorite Godzilla, but my favorite NECA figure so far is this guy. And as another saying, if all the NECA Godzillas pretty much scale up this around this size, they're all gonna get their ass kicked by this guy. Alright, let's compare it with a regular in the series and the most recent reviewed, the Jurassic Park Young T-Rex. Now, the Young T-Rex actually looks like it could be a cool match with these two. You know, like just having the super mech Jaeger fighting this super enlarged size Tyrannosaur. If this T-Rex had more pulsability, then this would be cool. Luckily, Beast of Mesozoica has given me that opportunity to do, but we won't be doing that later. And let's compare it with some small human figures. Let's compare it with the 375-inch Star Wars The Force Awakens Guavian Guard. Again, this is 3 4/4. And we're going to compare it 6-inch later. Here we have the Lost World Jurassic Park Roland Temple, which is 4 inches tall. And then we have the Force Rogue One Score Trooper right here. That's 6-inch. This guy is bigger than 6-inch. And that's impressive. Alright guys, I hope you liked this review. Remember to like the video and see some of the reviews of the other guys. And I'll see you guys next time.